Imagine sitting down to a fine dinner, and as the plates are cleared, you're told tonight's meal contains poison. No one slipped it into your food by accident. You agreed to eat it, and you're going to come back tomorrow and do it again. In the early 1900s, a group of healthy men did exactly this. They ate toxic chemicals on purpose in the name of science. The basic food safety laws we rely on today were built on the stomachs of these volunteers. Welcome to Untold Indian Stories. Look at the sheer volume of production in this early 20th century canning factory. Industrial food was scaling up faster than anyone could comprehend. But if you walked into a market like this one, you were buying completely blind. There were no ingredient labels, no expiration dates, and no safety standards. To keep food looking fresh and cut down on waste, manufacturers routinely mixed heavy chemical preservatives, things like borax and salicylic acid, straight into the daily food supply. The government couldn't step in. To outlaw a profitable chemical, regulators needed hard scientific proof that it caused physical harm, and that proof simply didn't exist. That lack of evidence frustrated this man, Dr. Harvey Wiley, a chemist working for the U.S. government. Wiley suspected these cheap preservatives were slowly making consumers sick over time. But standard laboratory testing on these chemicals wasn't enough to prove they were dangerous to consumers. He simply needed undeniable human medical data. So he proposed something truly radical: recruit a dedicated team of humans to intentionally consume the chemicals in question. By risking human health under strict scientific observation, Wiley forced the issue. He was going to generate the missing evidence himself. He found mostly young, healthy men willing to step up. They gave full informed consent, knowing exactly what they were signing up to ingest. Their daily meals became a rigorous laboratory exercise. Every ounce of food was weighed, measured, and served under tight surveillance. The menu included standard meats and vegetables, laced with carefully controlled doses of salicylic acid, borax, and other controversial compounds. In exchange for the free food, the volunteers agreed to have their weight, temperature, and every bodily function meticulously recorded by scientists. They ate at tables set with fine linens, while chemists hovered nearby logging their pulse rates and tracking the toxins working through their systems. These volunteers transformed their bodies into living sensors, providing the medical data that animal testing alone couldn't produce. The physical toll materialized quickly. Participants began suffering from intense stomach pain, nausea, and severe digestive distress. It didn't take long for the press to discover the trials. Reporters quickly gave the group a nickname, the Poison Squad. The public became obsessed. People across the country followed the daily health updates of the squad members as if they were reading a serialized novel. Wiley's quiet laboratory test was suddenly highly visible. The medical data he collected was now backed by widespread public alarm. The sickness of the squad members finally gave the government exactly what it lacked: definitive medical proof that these food additives were toxic. Faced with hard data and thousands of angry, mobilized consumers, politicians could no longer stall. In 1906, Congress passed the Pure Food and Drugs Act. Major brands now had to explicitly guarantee their products met federal standards. Federal inspectors were stationed directly inside packing plants and factories, establishing a physical barrier between untested chemicals and the consumer. The experiment worked. It dismantled the long-standing practice of letting corporations quietly cut corners with the public's health. Today, we expect ingredient lists, rigorous testing, and massive institutional oversight to keep our food safe. But those protections exist only because of the physical risks taken by a few early volunteers. Our modern confidence in grocery stores exists because these men accepted the risks we now take for granted. Progress, it seems, has a strange appetite. For more dives into the hidden history that shaped our world, like, share, and subscribe to Untold Indian Stories.